This is episode 4. Here is the nightmare, the mistakes that I've made in order to get to this space. It has been a long, slow haul to get to here. And do you know what? I'm actually not sad about it at all. There are definitely times when I've thought, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? How can I possibly go on? However, I'm still here. I'm still fighting the good fight. Since 2015, when Passion Project was first founded, it became a formal company in 2018, and then in 2020 we were not able to do the thing that we set out to do, which was to make roller skating more accessible. The business went boom to about 500% of the sales of the previous year. It was absolutely crazy. At that point, the business went down a retail route. I opened a shop in the Corn Exchange, which was then there for 4 years. And during that time, I will say that I made mistakes every single day, almost without exception. And they ranged from very minor things to some very major things. So the very minor things, right, were things like this. These are Derby laces. And we have stocked Derby laces for years. These are one of the first products that we ever imported. These we stock in a really big range of sizes and colours. And for example, here are 2 laces, both black. But one, I mean, it's really obvious with these two because one is like a much shorter pair and one is a really long pair, and you can kind of see that straight away. But sometimes it's not that obvious. And if you do not check the size, the style, the colour, and the quantity, there are very easy mistakes to be made. And I've definitely posted out orders where I've thought, oh, I've checked this and this, and then I've realised when the customer tells me, you know, very embarrassing, when the customer tells me, oh, Mel, I actually ordered 3 pairs of red laces and you've only sent me 1, and that's because I have not checked the quantity field. So little moment of shame, and then obviously you have to spend money to put it right and send them the additional pairs that they ordered. Now that's maybe not too expensive if it's in the UK, but in 2020 we received a lot of orders that were going to Europe, and that is much more expensive. So you want to be getting that right first time. A much bigger problem though, especially in the pandemic, was when people were ordering skates and boots and they were the wrong size, so they needed to send them back, or they'd waited for them a really long time and they were the wrong size. That's gutting. In the pandemic, when there was backlogs of orders and there were no skates coming out of anywhere around the world, like the supply chain was absolutely wrecked. They were saying, Mel, I want to cancel this order and please can I have a refund? Absolutely fine. So I had a customer in Germany who cancelled and we refunded her for her Panther skates. Guess what happened? I left the skates on order with the manufacturer because I knew when they arrived I'd probably still be able to sell them. But what did I do? They arrived, I shipped them to her. She had not paid for them at that point, and she'd actually got skates from somewhere else, so she didn't even really want them because they were an extra pair, and she was like, I mean, I've only got so much money, thanks for shipping me a free pair of skates. And I was like, oh my god, they are indeed a free pair of skates. That is very sad news for me. It's obviously great for her. What am I supposed to do about that? What did I do? So I just said, is there any way that you can pay anything towards them? I'd be delighted for you to keep them because this is completely my mistake. Every single time you make a mistake, it is an opportunity to learn and do better. And it feels horrific. It was like every single time I want the world to just like swallow me up. This was over email, but even still, oh my goodness. If I start making a number of mistakes, I'm like, yo, whoa. We need to take a rest. We need to take a step back here. And when we moved to this space, I absolutely realised that, but it took 4 months before I hit burnout. We were here every single day. It was very much a labour of love. I was not willing to take a rest for anything at all, but the setting up of this space was brilliant, right? I absolutely loved it, and I loved throwing myself into it. It just felt really satisfying. It's something that I do really enjoy. I like sorting stuff out. However, being here for 7 days a week is not very healthy, and it is probably something I shouldn't have done, but I did do it. So when we got to October, I was like, hey, I'm gonna fall over and not make it through the winter, when actually lots of people are probably going to want to come inside and use the space. I need to conserve some energy, and I need to do it now, otherwise it's not going to happen. So thankfully I've got some really amazing people around me and in our organisation. They were like, Mel, yeah, stop now. So I've been taking Tuesdays and Thursdays off during October, so that at least I get a bit of a break. All I'm trying to say is, however you choose to look after yourself, if you are here providing a fun, well-being and leisure service, it's so important that you actually do. But honestly, whatever mistake you think you've made, I will have made it. We did a roller disco at the Corn Exchange, which was an annual one. I think it was the first one. So this was 2019. It was the first anniversary of the company, which is Valentine's Day. Mwah. We had a limited amount of hire skates. If you had your own skates, you just buy one ticket. If you are needing hire skates, you buy your entry ticket and your hire skate ticket. The hire skates sold out quite quickly. I made the interesting decision to hide the tickets so they were not visible to people on the website. Because they couldn't see them, they assumed skate hire was just included in the ticket price. And I suddenly had to find about 10 pairs of skates that weren't there. It's a bit of a problem. The next year, that did not happen, because believe me, that lasted in my memory. The burning shame and horror, incredibly embarrassing, but I never ever did it again. So if it says sold out, it's sold out, and I'm leaving it there for everybody to know. I hope this was useful in some way.